Hi, Katie. Hi, Katie. I'm glad you could come in today and talk with me. Before we start, I just wanted to let you know that this is a safe space for you, and I'm here to listen and support you. We can work together to see what might help. Does that sound okay to you?
Yes, sounds good to me.
Perfect. So, what's kind of been going on with your roommate?
Um, my roommate has been kind of rude lately. They just seem to be snapping at me for like the littlest things, and sometimes I feel like I can't even be in my own room.
I'm sorry that it sounds like you're feeling uncomfortable in your own space. How long has this kind of been happening for you?
I would say it's been about a month now. At first I thought maybe they were just stressed, because it's like the beginning of the semester, but it just keeps getting worse.
So it sounds like it's kind of been building here for a couple weeks, especially with the start of the semester. Everybody's trying to figure out new schedules. It must be really stressful for you having to deal with all those different bodies and all the different personalities types. What's it like for you when your roommates act the way that they do?
I just feel tense all the time, with work, classes, clinical, and then with them snapping at me all the time. It's just like I never know what will set them off, and sometimes I just leave the room to avoid them.
Yeah, it sounds like you're on edge in your own home, and no matter what you do, it's kind of like it's not like a win-win situation for you. And that can be really hard and it can't be easy, especially when your room should be a place where you can rest and relax from the craziness throughout the day and the craziness throughout the week that you may be experiencing. And I am sorry about that. Um, yeah, so it sounds like you just can't have that place of relaxation that you should have.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to fight with them, but I also don't want to just keep avoiding the situation as well.
Yeah, it sounds like you want to find the balance of not creating that conflict or more conflict. It sounds like, but also not feeling as though you have to hide in your room all the time and have to hide outside of the apartment all the time or stay out really late when you just want to come home and relax, right?
Yeah, that sounds about
What have you tried so far to kind of handle this situation with your roommates?
right. I've just kind of kept quiet about it, or I've just leave the room. I haven't really said anything to them.
So it sounds like okay, so it sounds like you're kind of avoiding that confrontation with them and avoiding having to kind of talk about the conflict that's going on, hoping it can kind of get better on its own. What do you think would happen if you did talk to your roommates about how you've been feeling with the conflict and the snappiness of their attitudes?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I feel like maybe they get defensive, but at the same time, maybe they realize that they've been rude the whole time.
Yeah, that's a fair concern of that 50-50 split of will they recognize it or will they just blame you for it? And sometimes people really don't notice how their behaviors can affect other people until it's pointed out to them in that way. Would it help you to plan kind of what you might say so that you can feel more confident in having that conversation?
Um, Maybe it would. I would just want to say it calmly and not get into the fight with the roommate.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Maybe something along the lines of when you snap at me, I feel uncomfortable in the apartment. I would really appreciate if we could talk more respectfully with one another. And in that way, you can kind of focus on how you feel without really blaming them, making it more of like an I statement.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be doable.
Okay, great. So your plan is to calmly talk with your roommates using those I statements and kind of seeing if it helps improve the situation, improves their attitudes. How do you feel about trying that?
Uh, I feel better having a plan on how to deal with this, so I'll give it a try.
I'm really glad to hear that. Remember that you really don't have to go through this alone if things don't seem to be improving or they get worse. we can talk about other options, but for now, it sounds like you are ready to try this first step.
Yeah. Thanks for this. I appreciate your help.
Yeah, of course, anytime.